and Yvette White. .41.60 the time with a clean round for Yvette White and Zip to add to her other 4 scores. And with a long lead out, this is Terry Herman from the USA, USA, and her toy poodle, Iggy. Early on, we see a little mishap at that A-frame. Now takes the A-frame in the correct direction. Nice and tight around number 11. Some fancy footwork at the finish here. And that was Iggy and Terry Herman. And the Finlandia crowd borrowing the Denmark drum, showing some world team camaraderie from Finland. This is Jack Russell Terrier Nikki and Paulina Koronen. A nice weave pole entry. We see a clean round from our first dog, 41.60, the time to beat. And makes it through the tricky part of the course, 39.24 the time. That now becomes the fastest time early on in this 300 division, individual pentathlon speed stakes. This is our 5th of 5 rounds to see who will be the 2014 WAO World Champion in the individual pentathlon. Up now is from the USA, from Denmark, Tuni and Julie Tambier. .38.53 is the time for Tuni and Julie Tambier. And we will now see our second Jack Russell Terrier in this 300 division from the USA, USA. This is Crackers and Andy Mueller. Easily getting that A-frame contact. This speed stakes, of course, meant to be fast. One contact obstacle in there. Our judge, Hermano Davino, has chosen an A-frame. 37.86. So that is now the fastest time among these 20 dogs in this division so far. From Argentina, this is Nicole Mans and Brahma, a Shetland sheepdog. And of these 20 dogs, the fastest and best dog with the best combined score so far will be running last. So we are sure to see lots of good competition to come here as the dogs with the best time will be going consecutively after each other. 36.85. So we are sure to see these times drop as we get to dog number 20 later on. From China, Porcelana, Xine. This is a miniature poodle, Kimi and Ning Wei. Gets that second A-frame contact. These dogs get 2 chances at the A-frame in this Speedstakes course. .85, the fastest time so far. Here comes Ning Wei right to the finish with Kimi. Next, from España, Spain, will be a West Highland White Terrier. This is Izzy and Estibaliz Pereda. And here comes our little Westie. That was Izzy and Estibaliz Pereda. We will move on to a team from Italy, Italia. This is Roberto Sette and Honey, a Papillon. And with a running start, the fast legs of Roberto Sette having no problem keeping up with Honey. The fastest time so far, 36.85. Will Roberto and Honey best that time? We will see uno momento. Throws in a blind cross and a push. And another blind cross, trying to keep it tight with a Papillon here. 42.90, Roberto Sette and Honey. From Spain, España, this is a Shetland sheepdog, Hachi. Carlos Soto is the handler. A little miscommunication, but saved it. This is the pentathlon. 5 rounds of competition to see who our world champion will be. 43.14 finishes it up for Carlos Suto and Hachi. From Russia, this is German Spitz Tsunami and Doria Smirnova. .96 the time for Russia, Doria Smirnova and Tsunami. We hear our English crowd shout their approval for the next competitor to step to the line. This will be Haley Telling and her Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. This is Barney. .36.85 is the current fastest time. The dogs with the best cumulative time so far will be running later on here. Unfortunately, a bar down, that'll be 5 faults. And let's hear it for a nice effort for our English competitor, Haley Telling and Barney. Very excited to get started on the start line here. You see the head bobbing up and down of this toy poodle. This is Pinto from Scotland, Scotia, and Michelle Henderson. Keeping it tight right to the end. Finishes up with 42.15 for Toy Poodle Pinto and Michelle Henderson. Up next, we hear the Danemark drum beating in the distance for Toy Poodle Timon and Lillian Rose.
Questa già complicata, questa mi ha complicata pure a me. Questa mi ha complicata pure a me, se forse aiuta. Slovenia and Russia, they're waiting for team entry.
And that finishes it up for Lillian Rose and Timon.
Okay, Team Russia, Team Slovenia, they're still waiting for your team entry. Team Russia, Team Slovenia, you need to get your team entry in immediately.
One of our hometown favorites coming up to the line now from Italia. This is Jack Russell Terrier Orazio and Emanuele Barbetti. Only 5 dogs left in this competition after Emmanuel. Then we will know who our world champion is in the individual pentathlon. We add 5 scores together to see who that world champion will be. That was a good finish with 41.29 the time for Emmanuel Barbetti and Orazio. Vi klappar nu för Sverige. Ullis Frödén and Coco, a Shetland sheepdog.
Però andavano, premavano nella direzione giusta, in avanti, non de lato. Premavano nella direzione giusta, in avanti, non de lato.
It's okay. Slovenia is Russia. Slovenia is Russia. I will talk to Tumanova. Now I gotta find Slovenia. Oh, you guys are up next. Good luck.
And with a hop to the end, 40.40 is the time for Ullis Frödin and Coco. And we hear our Italians cheering again, this time for Safira and Andrei Cacciatori. Fastest time so far, 36.85. 38.90, nice fast time for Andrei Cacciatori from Italia. Only 3 more dogs to go. These are the 3 that have the top scores cumulatively so far. And we see Svetlana Tumanova take a long lead out with her German Spitz Tommy. They are from Russia, Russia.
Ritorna da questo, una piccoletta, dietro perché ha fatto 34,
39.57 the time for Svetlana Tumanova. And 2 dogs left here in this 300 class. From Spain, España, this is a wire fox terrier. David Ferrer and Sira.
passa a mezzo.
And a nice fast finish for David Ferrer from España and Sira, 41.06 the time. And this will be our last dog in this individual pentathlon speed stakes. The dog that after 4 rounds of competition has the highest cumulative score so far, Evgenia Grishina and Belka from Russia, Russia. This is a mixed breed dog. And we can see why this dog is in the lead so far.
Una macchina da guerra questo scelto, non Dino. Una decoletta, insomma, una decoletta.
36.88, 300ths of a second off the pace of the fastest time, but that will certainly add to Evgenia Grishina's score, and most likely she will be our world champion, but of course that is unofficial. We will now move on to our four longer legs of our four-legged competitors to come. We have 20 dogs as well, of course taking the top 20 dogs in each height category after 4 rounds of competition for this individual pentathlon speed stakes class. We will have 4 world champions in this class after we finish the highest height. That is going to be some exciting competition here. Our judge out here from Italia.
Okay, a brief announcement now for those of you that missed the course walking this morning for the bonus speed stakes. They will be opening that course for walking again shortly, but only for those people that missed it this morning. It is not a re-walk for everyone, so those people that are late entered for the bonus speed stakes, that course will be walking shortly.
And for those of you listening in this ring, we will have a brief walkthrough in ring 1 for those of you who missed the walkthrough. And to start us off here in the 400 class, we have Sylvia Turkman and her Pyrenean Shepherd, La. Sylvia and La are from Slovenia. If you look at the back of their t-shirt, you see that there's the word love on there for Slovenia. And quite the smooth operator right to the finish. 41.70, the time for Sylvia Turkman and La. And our Swedish fans get a little cheer in before we see Martina Eriksson start. Martina takes a long lead out with Silla, the Pumi, from Sweden, Sverige. I think Silla is talking Swedish out there. We see one fault on course, but of course, this is all cumulative. 5 courses have their times added to see who our world champion will be. And congratulations to Swedish Martina Eriksson for being one of the top 20 here after much difficult competition. An honor for each of these competitors to be one of the top 20 after 4 rounds. From China, China, Porcelana, this is Zhu Zaiyu and Chocolate. And after reading the numbers for a little bit, we see Zhu continue on. Little misstep there, but our dog Chocolate is okay. It is an honor to be one of the top 20 to compete here in the individual pentathlon speed stakes. So all of these competitors should be congratulated. After 4 rounds, they are one of the top 20, one of the top 20 in the world in this division. And a difficult course indeed. Let's hear it for Zhu Zaiyu, a wonderful effort, being one of the top 20 here in this 400 division individual speed stakes. And representing one of our wild card members, this is Laura Metari and Pancho. This dog is a pug. The red shirt with a white piping, of course, representing the wild card way of getting into this competition, signifying a competitor who has performed well in their country, but not making their national team, but still earning a right to be here. I believe this is our only pug here at these championships, so let's hear it for our pug. This is Lori Metari and Pancho. A little pug power with Pancho. And our supervising judge, Mark Cheek of Wild West Agility, taking a moment to confer with Italian judge Hermano Davino. This is certainly an international event. We, of course, want to make sure that each competitor's score is logged expertly and accurately, so sometimes it takes a little bit of conferring between judges to make sure that that happens. And as we are waiting, I want to invite everybody to visit our trade stands and especially our sponsors. You see all of these Royal Canin signs around the arena. That is because Royal Canin is our diamond sponsor. That, of course, means they have contributed lots of money, lots of time, lots of expertise. This is the main sponsor for this wonderful event in Lignano, Italy. Please visit their trade stand as well as the trade stands For our other major sponsors, Kenito, one of our gold sponsor, the creator of the official smartphone application for the 2014 WAO, WAO. So visit Kenito in the trade stands and say thank you for keeping us informed. Even on the go, anywhere you have Wi-Fi, you can get information on the fly with Kenito. All the wonderful equipment you see out here is provided by First Contact Agility Equipment. All of it is available. Go talk to Hazel at the First Contact trade stand out past Ring 1, and she will tell you all about this wonderful equipment. So thank you to First Contact for providing this equipment. And we also want to say that Clean Run and UKI Agility, certainly a big part of putting this on. Greg Darrett and Monica Percival, the owners of those two venues. Of course, this event would not happen without Clean Run or UKI Agility. And we're about to get started here again for dog number 6 in our 400 division. This will be dog number 5, will be Caroline Lebas and Comet from France, Frankrike, France. And some really nice footwork to get to the finals for Caroline Lebas and Comet from France.
For everyone who has missed the Speedstakes bonus horse walking this morning, one will take place now for 10 minutes in Ring 1. Per tutti quelli che hanno perso la ricognizione dello Speedstakes bonus questa mattina, possono farla 1 ora di 10 minuti nel Ring 1.
And moving on to one of our Danish competitors from Denmark. This is Janni Terkelsen and Nana. Another one of our mixed breed dogs. Of course, at the World Agility Open, we do allow mixed breeds, knowing that it's not what breed you are, it's how fast and accurate your run is. Taking a look at that off-course finish, but our handler finishes up nicely with a time of 41.79. That was Janni Terkelsen and Nana. From Nippon, Japan, this is Atsuko Nagasaki and Alfred. This is a toy poodle. The fastest time so far in this 400 division is 41.70. We saw Sylvia Turkman earlier with that time. And here comes Atsuko Nagasaki and Alfred. They finished with a time of 48.89. I think the English need to come up with a cheer for their teammates. This will be Amy Lawson and Fudge, a Shetland sheepdog. Perhaps something for the Brits to think about, a national song to sing, maybe a drum to bang, some tiki-taki to be had. The Welsh have a song, I think the English should too. .994 the time for Amy Lawson. So despite the lack of a theme song, she puts in a nice time of 40.94. And on course now from Scotland, Scotia. This is a Patterdale Terrier named Maxie. Jennifer Kent is the handler. And a nice round for our Scottish competitor, Jennifer Kent, and her dog, Maxie. Italy has a nice song for Luigi Canzoneri with a Hungarian Puli sporting the dreadlocks. This is Bob. So an Italian man with a Hungarian dog named Bob. A nice save by Luigi to get Bob onto the correct obstacle. 42.47 the time for Luigi Canzoneri and Bob. From Canada, this is Anne Carrington and Jazz.
Particolare.
On course now with his King Charles Spaniel. This is Marco Rabada and Zeus from España, Spain, España. And that'll do it for our King Charles Spaniel. The only one here, I believe, 41.05 is the time for Marco Rabada and Zeus. Italia has taken up the tiki-taki theme to cheer on this German pincher. This is Sharaza. Serena Malgaroli is the handler. And here comes our German pincher with our Italian handler. That was Serena Malgaroli and Sharaza. 39.49 the time. That is the fastest time so far on this course as we are approaching dog number 14. Saving the best dogs cumulatively so far to last in this division. From the USA, this is Jean Lavallee and Cheer. .18 the time. A nice effort by Jean Lavallee and Cheer. Remember that the scores are cumulative. We will add 5 scores together to see who our world champion will be. So these competitors to come, they certainly are going to try to be fast, but they want to be accurate as well. 5 faults might be okay to keep them in the running. If they push for too much speed, they may get more faults than they would like. From Russia, this is Ponka and Anna Ivanova. This is a mixed breed dog. .82.84 the time for Anna Ivanova and Ponka. And with the second dog in this competition, we again see Sylvia Kirkman, this time with her dog Lei. This is a Pyrenean Shepherd. Sylvia and Lei are from Slovenia. She put in a nice time with her first dog, La, 41.70. Let's see what she will do with Lei.
Non è che dici, sai, per 5 secondi, no, guarda il tempo che fa lei. Se lei se non fa eliminato. Come stanno sti piani?
37.72 the time, a wonderful time. Of course, 1 fault on course. So the best time so far, but 1 fault. But of course, we are adding everything together. So only time will tell and some quick math to see who our world champion will be in the individual pentathlon competition. This is the last of those 5 courses, the speed stakes, and only the top 20 dogs are represented here. From Canada, with a long lead out. This is Cale McCann and Funky Monkey. With only 4 dogs to go, we see that Funky Monkey and Cale McCann is certainly one of the top dogs here after 4 rounds of competition. And we can see with these long legs from the Border Collie side of this mix, I would bet. Staffy's not having such long legs. Some nice, tricky handling to keep it tight. 35.85, smoking every other time by at least a couple of seconds. Cale McCann and Funky Monkey, that is going to be hard to beat for any of the 3 dogs coming up. Will Cale McCann and Funky Monkey be our world champion for 2014? Well, one Canadian after the other. What a treat. Will it be Sheila Usher and Mishmash, who is our world champion? This also a mixed breed. Very tight at the beginning here. Unfortunately missed that down A-frame contact. That will be 5 faults, but we will add all these scores together. She's going to try to be fast here to make up for those 5 faults. 35.85, the fastest time so far. What will be the time for Mishmash? And Sheila Usher, 34.72. So a wonderful time, 1 fault. With 2 dogs to go from Suomi, Finland, Finlandia, we will see Jenna Kaluander and Neon. This is a Shetland sheepdog. Fastest time with a clear round so far, 35.85. Can Jenna Kaluander and Neon have a faster time? Nice running A-frame, keeping it tight. Little arm confusion there. And 35.40 with 1 little bobble on course. And our last dog, how appropriate, from Italy in the #1 spot so far in this individual pentathlon competition. What will Nicola Girardi and Lupin do on this course? An Italian handler, an Italian judge, and certainly an Italian crowd. This is Nicola Girardi and Lupin. He has the best cumulative score so far. He knows he wants to keep it accurate. The math will be done after this to see who our world champion will be. Very tight. 39.28 and a clean round for Nicola Girardi and Lupin from Italy, Italia. And that will do it for our 400 dogs. We're going to move up to the 525 height in this individual pentathlon speed stakes, the 5th of our 5 pentathlon courses. We have 18 competitors here. And it is the top 20%, I believe. No, it is the top 20 dogs. We do have 2 dogs in season in the 525 categories. Hence, we will see 18 of them run now, and then 2 of them run at the end. So even though we may have some really nice scores here for the 525, we will only know who got the best score after the 650s. And to start us off with one of our 25-5 dogs will be Luis Sousa and Lash from Portugal. And a nice fast finish with a time of 37.68 for Luis Sousa and Lash. We, of course, did see a fault at the A-frame. A nice time, but that will be 5 faults added. Times 2. Mark Cheek, our supervising judge, making sure my math is correct. From Russia, this is Border Collie Mels and Daria Smirnova. .87. The time for Darius Manova and Mels. On course now, from England, we will have Joe Tristram and Bits. This is a mixed breed dog. Bits is a crossbreed or mixed breed dog. .37.14 the time for Bits and Joe Tristram. Up next from Spain, España, this is Carlos Soto and Indy. And we see a breaking of the refusal plane there for the tunnel. So 1 fault so far for Carlos and Indy. And that was Carlos Suto and Indy. Very tough to make it to this class. Only the top 20 dogs in each one of these heights. If we see our judge Armano take his hands up in the air 3 times for 3 refusals, that is an elimination. On course now from Venezuela, this is Silvia Lopez Valcarcel and Peta. Unfortunately, a turn of the back, meaning the dog didn't really understand which way to take that jump, but a nice fast finish there for Silvia Lopez Valcarcel and Kata. Up next from Scotland, this will be Jennifer Hart and Dee Dee. And that was Jennifer Hart and Dee Dee. On course now from Austria, this is Paisley and Petra Reischetzer. Fast dog, 36.98. And clean, I believe that was Paisley and Petra Reichester with a nice time. From Scotland, this will be Ivy and Bonnie Quick, Scotia. This is a mixed breed dog. And a nice save by our handler. Of course, no refusal until the dog has approached the backside of that obstacle. So the brick jump you see, no hand up in the air because that dog had not seen the backside, so no refusal. From Japan, Nippon, Yapani. This is Yuki Araki and Pisco. Unfortunately, a run by the A-frame, but a nice weave pole entry for Yuki and Pisco. The dog and handler you see here is our games competition gold medalist. So congratulations to Yuki Araki, not only one of the top 20 here in the individual pentathlon, but that is our games gold medalist in the 525, all the way from Japan, Nippon. Heja Sverige! Here comes Petra Lindström and Lira. This is an Australian Kelpie. Petra with a long lead out. Kelpies, of course, being used for herding, cattle and such things. Nice weave pole entry. And a little disappointment shown there for jump number 12. And then the incorrect side of number 13. Only the handler knows the course, of course, so. And let's hear it for a good effort for Swedish, Lira and Petra Lindström. From Canada, this is Tana Fawn and Fred Waters. A little bobble causing Hermano Davino to put an X in front of him. And almost to the finish. Let's congratulate Fred Waters and Tana Fawn for being one of the top 20 after 4 rounds of competition. That is high accolades after so many dogs in this round to be here in the top 20 after 4 rounds. From Scotland, this is Lisa Dugan and Dee. This, of course, is a border collie. Also another one of our top 20, a couple of mistakes on course here. This is a very difficult course as designed by our judge, Hermano Davino. Let's hear it for Lisa Dugan ND. And from Russia, this is Svetlana Kondrashova and Rashani. And with just 6 dogs to go, this will be our top 6 cumulatively so far after 4 rounds. With a long lead out, we saw Svetlana Kondrashova do very well in the Gamblers yesterday. Those Russians do know how to gamble. Beautiful WAO entry. Which one of these 525 dogs will be our Pentathlon individual world champion for 2014? And that was pretty snappy at a distance there to get her dog to the correct jump. And unfortunately, a bar down there for Svetlana. That was a good effort, and 39.84 the time for Svetlana Kondrashova and Rashani. We hear the Italians start their theme song, Tiki Taki, borrowed from the Netherlanders. From Italia, Italy, this is Stefano Franceschi and Polly. Mark Cheeks snugging up the jumps just a little to make sure they're safely in their jump cups. Only 4 dogs left to go in this division after this, and of course our 2 dogs in season. Stefano and Polly coming to the finish. A nice clean round with a time of 39.54 for Stefano and Polly. Looking to get on the podium this afternoon as one of the top 3, perhaps a gold, perhaps a silver, perhaps a bronze medal for Stefano Franceschi and Polly. Moving up now to only 4 dogs left. This will be Jeanette Hutchison and her Border Collie, Rumble, from USA, USA. USA, as we say in Svenska. Jeanette Hutchison taking a long lead out with a rumble, or rumble, as we say in the US of A. And a little confusion there, up the up ramp and down the up ramp. That will, of course, be a fault. Jeanette doing some nice smooth moves here in the second part of the course. Some nice direction provided by Jeanette to get Rumble rumbling to the finish. That was Jeanette Hutchison and Rumble. Only 3 dogs to go, plus the 2 in season for this 525 height. From England, this is Jessica Clairhugh and Cara. 35.54 for Jessica and Kara. That is a clean round, nicely done. Will she be our gold medal world champion? Perhaps a silver or bronze in her future? Only 2 dogs to go. And the next to last on course now, this is Jorge Ramos Salinas and Daxa from Argentina. Argentina. We just saw Jessica and Kara from England with a nice time of 35.54. And praying to the turf gods. Unfortunately, a little mistake there for Jorge Ramos Salinas. Unfortunately, taking that jump the wrong way, but nice effort. One of our top 20 in this 525 class. That was Jorge Ramos Salinas and Daxa. And last but certainly not least, with of course 2 more to go, being in season, this is Marusa Pojed and Kaili. This team is from Slovenia. This is our top dog after 4 rounds. Will she be our gold medalist? With a time of 36.13, someone will do the math, certainly not I, to see if she is our gold medalist. Nicely done by Marusa Pojed and Kaili from Slovenia. That may be our gold medalist, but certainly either bronze or silver as well. We will have medals for gold, silver, and bronze in each one of these height categories. We're going to move on to our 650 class. Slightly longer legs of the 4-legged competitors out there. Any size legs you want for the 2-leggeds. And as we are tidying up the course for the 650s, I'd like to invite you to thank our volunteers, all of those in blue shirts as well as white WAO shirts out there. Please say thank you as you go by. This event would not be possible without our wonderful volunteers. Of course, our head ring manager here in the main arena, Paul Hinchley, making it all run so smoothly. And we would not be able to do this without Royal Canin as our diamond sponsor here for 2014 WAO. And you know who has had a lot to do with this whole event, of course, Massimo Perla. He has organized this very well. He is certainly promoting it, the event, with television and media of all types. So thank you to Massimo Perla for his help in this event. And of course, all the equipment provided by First Contact. Herta is also one of our sponsors in the silver level. If you're looking for high quality products for active dogs, go see Herta in the trade stands. Dealer inquiries are welcome. Another one of our silver sponsors, Innovet. Veterinary innovation, providing innovation of all kinds. Visit Innovet at the trade stands, one of our silver sponsors. Moving on to the 650 division, we of course have 20 dogs as well, the top 20. We will see 19 now, and then 1 competitor in season. And to start us off will be Team Australia. And of course, Team Australia has a harder job than any of the other competitors because they have to run with a dog that is not their own. From Australia is Natalie Kirkwood, and from the US is the dog Dandy. So American dog and Australian handler. What a nice combination. Natalie Kirkwood and Dandy. One of our top 20, talented enough after 4 rounds to make it into our speed stakes. And unfortunately, a run-by will incur 5 faults. And a nice effort for one of our top 20 in the 650, Natalie Kirkwood and Dandy, to be one of the top 20 in the individual pentathlon with a borrowed dog is a real amazing feat. So congrats to Natalie Kirkwood for being here. From England, another one of our mixed breed dogs. Choosing to run by that second obstacle, Bridget Wire and Della.
I didn't see it. It ran past the start line, yeah? Oh, is that what happened? I don't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah, he ran by Pentathlon and took the rod.
That was Bridget Wire and Della. Also, congrats for being one of our top 20 here in this 650 division. From Belgium, Belgique, this is Miranda Verhage and Twister. And we see Judge Davino put his arm up in the air. Missed that down A-frame contact, unfortunately. But some nice direction to get to the backside of 17, but the front side of 18, unfortunately. This is a tricky course, so good effort by Miranda Varhage and Twister. From Denmark, here comes the drum, Danmark. This will be Thomas Amitsbøl and Canvas. This is a golden retriever. This may be the only golden retriever here. Judge Davino nods his head to say yes. Thomas and Canvas did get that contact, and again a nod of the head. A little bit of a bobblehead out there, which is always nice for the competitor to see. And we see a bar down. And that was Thomas Amitsbøl and Canvas, and the drums are rolling once again. From San Marino, this is Matteo Farini and Extreme. Oh, right behind the back goes Extreme. Nice effort by Matteo Farini from San Marino. From France, Frankrike, Franche. This is Alain Le Breton and Shoot. This is a border collie. Alain knowing how to make those legs move. We see a down A-frame missed contact. And a refusal incurred there. This is the tricky part of the course indeed. And nice effort by Alain Le Breton and Shoot.
Okay, Sylvia Martinez Cortez with Bungie and Lina Asunta with Zenon. You are wanted in ring 1 immediately.
Immediately, if not sooner. From the US of A, USA, this is Vanessa Mortarino. She probably says Vanessa Mortarino. And Fix, the border collie. But since we are in Italy, we will pronounce it Mortarino. And a fault on course for Vanessa. This tricky part of the course indeed. Nice finish for Vanessa Mortarino and Fix. We hear the tiki-taki birds singing in the corner for Aiko and Melissa Hasey from Belgium. The Danish, of course, helping Belgium along with singing a song. Very nice of them. Showing the camaraderie between all of these countries here. The Netherlanders lending their tiki-taki song. A nice save by Melissa. 37.4. Thank you, Netherlanders. Again from Belgium, this will be Ubero and Frank de Witt. This is a border collie. that was Frank de Witt from Belgium and Ubero. On course now from France, Frankrike, France. This is Ice-T and Nicolas Michael. .39.5 for the time for Nicolas Michael and Ice-T.
Team Finland and Lena Assunta with Zenon. You need to be in ring 1 immediately. That's Lena Assunta with Zenon. Go to ring 1 or you will be eliminated.
From the United States, USA, this will be Soleil and Lori Michaels. Taking the far side of the tunnel to save a couple of steps. Lori Michaels knows she wants to get ahead of her job. Look at that weave pole entry. Looking for direction from Lori, and she says, yeah, of course I know where that weave pole entry is. Showing why Lori and Soleil are one of the top 20 in this 650 division. Individual pentathlon after 4 rounds of competition. And turns to the outside to straighten the approach. 37.23 to add to her score so far. So 5 rounds in the bag for Lori Michaels and Soleil. Will she be on the podium? Gold, bronze, silver, all up for grabs here today. Again, we see Sylvia Turkman, this time with her dog Boo. This is her Border Collie, slightly longer legs than her Pyrenean Shepherds we saw earlier. Of course, Sylvia is from Slovenia. Doing very well in the rosettes so far. Perhaps she will need an extra suitcase on the way home. Unfortunately, the brick jump comes down. That will be 5 faults. Nice effort and a good time, 36.84 with 5 faults. After our 650s, we do have some dogs in season. And right after this, we will be having our rosette ceremony for yesterday's events. So our prize ceremony for our Saturday morning classes coming up right after the conclusion of this class. So stick around after this and we'll see who will go home with a rosette from the 2014 WAO. On course now from England, this is Nicola Garrett and Chaos. Looking for accuracy and speed is the name of the game. All these scores added together. I hear some squeaking. I think that's the dog. Excited to be here. And a nice clean round, 38.87. And a clean round for Nicola Garrett. Canada is really getting good with that cheer. They are awesome. This will be Andre Landry and Crash from Canada. Nice weave pole entry. Gets that down A-frame. A hand up in the air by Judge Davino. Backside of the brick jump. And tight to the finish. 42.99 the time for Andre Landry. And with only 5 dogs to go, representing Finland, Finlandia, Suomi, this will be Anna Orenius and Puma. This is a Belgian tavern, always having lots to say on course. Looking for direction, gets nice direction from the handler to enter the weave poles. Second A-frame, just like the first. Blind cross and some beautiful handling. 36.37. I believe that's our fastest clean round so far, and with only 4 dogs to go, will Anna Orenius be our world champion? Perhaps silver or bronze as well. From England, this will be Sean Hunt and his border collie Fix. That's with a PH. As these big dogs go through the tunnel, of course, sometimes the tunnel shifts a little bit, so our expert ring crew making sure that it's exactly as it should be. Sean gets way out there to direct Fix for the first part here. And a down A-frame missed contact. It did kind of look like the end of the course. And a nice effort, one of our top 20 in the 650, Sean Hunt and Fix. Only 3 more dogs here in the 650 class, plus 1 in season. This will be from Portugal, Luis Sousa and Toffee. I believe we saw Luis in the 525 category. We did indeed with his other border collie, Lash. So talented enough to have 2 dogs here in the top 20 in 2 different divisions. 39.03 and a clean round for Luis Sosa and Toffee, looking to be on the podium later this afternoon, bringing home a medal to Portugal perhaps. And for the fourth time, we will see Sylvia Turkman, this time with her Border Collie Bi, or B. Sylvia, of course, from Slovenia. 4 dogs here in this individual speed stake. And it is B indeed. Nice save by Sylvia there. And we see a little bit of a panel come down, 35.58. We did see one little brick be removed, so that was a fault. Our last dog here in the 650, of course, one in season to go as well. From Italy, Italia, this is Gervasio Siciliano and Winky. This is the top dog after 4 rounds. Wanting to be accurate out here. Knowing that he needs to be fast as well, though. Other handlers and dogs nipping at his heels for the top prize. 36 and 36 again for Winky and Gervasio Siciliano. Perhaps that's our gold medalist, world champion. I see Mark doing a little math there. And unofficially, of course, our world champion in our pentathlon individual, Gervasio Siciliano. We do have one more dog in the 650s. We will see Susan Garrett with her dog in season. This is feature. Not sure what Susan's score was, so perhaps she will get a medal. Maybe she will be the gold champion. Not sure where she was in the placement so far. Susan Garrett from Canada. Nice job at 17. Throws in a front cross. Darrett style. 34.42. Made it look so easy. Now we have to get the calculator out because that was a blazing time by Susan Garrett in Canada. Will it be Gervasio Siciliano from Italy, or will it be Susan Garrett and feature from Canada? Blazing time of 34.42. We are putting the jumps down. We do have a couple of more dogs in season. In the 525 division. So Susan Garrett just putting in a blazing run with feature. 34.42 was the time. Who will be our individual pentathlon world champion for 2014? Will it be Susan Garrett from Canada? Or perhaps Gervasio Siciliano from Italy? So 2 more dogs here in this division, both in the 5-5 category and both from the USA, and both dogs in season, or best in show as we call it. And here we are, starting us off here with Mary Ellen Berry from the USA with Maisie from USA. USA, säger vi på svenska. And a little bit of a bobble there for Mary Ellen Berry. But she puts a smile on her face, as she always does, knowing that Maisie and her are an incredible team, having competed internationally many times. And a nice finish. Let's hear it for Mary Ellen Berry and Maisie. And last up on this course, also from the US of A, USA, this will be Dave Grubel and Boca. USA, USA, USA. Now we're speaking Italian. We just saw a blazing time of 34.42 by Susan Garrett. Will Dave Grubel best that time with Boca? He's certainly pumping those arms and moving those legs, hoping to keep it clean and fast. Unfortunately, not the approach side, but the back side was the intended number 17. But a nice finish. Let's hear it for a heck of an effort by Dave Grubel and Boca. That will do it. Please stick around. We will be having our awards for the Saturday morning competition. A wonderful array of competitors have won some ribbons. So stick around to clap for those for Saturday morning's competition earning their rosettes.